Hey guys, welcome back to Big Brother Canada Season 7, Episode 21. I am Four Towers Films, and
No, 218. Excuse me.
forgive us if we sound off. We're both under the weather. And it's Easter weekend. Yay!
But we came out of our sick beds.
Just for you.
Just for you.
Because we love Big Brother as much as you do. So we hope you'll enjoy this video. So forgive us if we cough or sneeze or, sound off, that kind of thing. It's because we're both sick at the moment. Great way to spend Easter. But this is fun too. We at least we get the chance to do this, and be with you guys.
Let's get started.
Let's get started. So we had the eviction. Corey went home. And it was the start of the HOH. And before the show went into that, it showed a little bit of what happened after Corey left the house. And Anthony's not too happy about it. And, as we know, Anthony thinks he's running the show. And he thinks he's kind of been really the one who's been instrumental about everything that's happened and about how much everybody's gone home and all that kind of stuff. We all know better. So he kind of goes on a bit of a rant.
Kind of
goes on a rant to like Adam and
Dane and Mark.
Dane and, Kira, like pretty much everybody in the house.
He crapped on everybody.
Oh, he's just like going, oh, it was a bad move, and you said you weren't going to do that, like go after Corey, and everybody wanted Damien out, and so, more or less like what happened, and he's just going, oh, I'm just going to come after you, there's no trust anymore, you're all on my hit list, basically. So he's like just going on this tear. At one point, they're all like kind of in the kitchen, and he's standing there. He's having a drink, and he goes, "SD, depending on who wins HOH, I think we have to have a talk. Kira, we also have to have a talk because because after the Corey got evicted, he's talking downstairs." Smack, basically. He's upset. Kira asked him, you okay, upset? And Anthony's like,
Well, I said, leave me the hell alone.
What kind of, but he's also kind of blaming Adam and a bit of Dane, like all that kind of stuff for Corey going home. And so, like, just kind of lose, like, almost like he's entitled to the fact of his ally went home, and it was okay that Sam went home or whatever, but not his ally, because he's saying because Corey wasn't a threat to them, or Sam supposedly was gunning after Dane, right? But I'm sure if Dane had actually not tried to gun for her, she might not have been gunning for him.
Yeah, well,
just saying. So Kira had gone upstairs and told Adam what Anthony had said. And Adam, like the kind of stupid move that he did, basically told Anthony or said, came down with them. What's up with you? You mad, Anthony? Because basically Kira says you're mad and what she said. Now he did not embellish what she said. He just said that she said you were angry and that you're basically blaming other people, which is basically what he was doing. And he's like, oh no, Kira's just lying, talking at both sides. But no, actually, but nobody backs her up. Not this, who've heard it too. Stephanie and Damien, nobody else says anything because they heard it too. But that was it. So it goes into HOH. So again, like we said, they're all like a packaging plant, and they all had like this long conveyor belts, and they had to reach out, and they all had boxes and their names, and they had to pick up the boxes, and they had to hold them in front of their chest.
They could slot the first one.
The first one was slotted in, and then all the other ones had to like be pushed kind of in front of each other kind of thing, and then they had to hold on to it that way. First one who dropped them all was out. So actually, I was surprised. A lot of them did very well. They got quite a few boxes, really. They got to like 10, 12, and they're all still in it. So then they start getting like enticing or incentive type boxes. I think the first one was Letters from Home.
Oh, it hats.
No, I think I thought the halves was after the letters. It was. The halves was after the letters. Just after. It's very close. So the letters. Nobody took the letters. And it kind of bothered them because most of them who haven't been HOH yet haven't talked to anybody or seen anybody from the family. So, but they all let them go. Immediately after that, if they could get the halves. If you pick the half box, you're guaranteed not to be a have-not for the week. So, Esty went for it. I don't think anybody else did.
Nope.
So, she's a have for the week. And I think everybody else is a have-not or something like that. I know Dane ended up being a have-not. He wasn't too happy about that. So, I think that's how it worked. That's kind of how it sounded. So, except for Esty.
And Mark.
And Mark. Oh, okay. Mark, I took it too, right?
Well, he...
Oh, well, yeah, plus what?
He's the outgoing
Oh,
HOH.
yeah, so I guess it didn't affect him because he's the outgoing HOH. So it's all the ones that were in the game. So then there's like a slice of pizza came down. Adam took it. Dane took it. But everybody else let it go. And they just flopped kind of thing. Anthony made it look like, he wanted to get it kind of thing, but he missed it. He didn't try for it. Then there was like a box, or then they had the chance like that these boxes would come down. They could take either one or two, but like or they had to take one at least. It was like a risk kind of thing that if they took the one, then there was like an envelope Mark had that if they took one, they might actually have to take two, or it might end up they might only have to have one extra box, or they might not have any extra boxes that they'd have to take. So a couple of them, I think Esty and Kira both decided to risk it and took one box just to be on the safe side. And so when Mark opened the envelope, though, it was 0. Nobody had to take any extra boxes. So they took the extra box basically for nothing. So at this point, they were like at 10 or 12 boxes, and Esty started to wobble, and she ended up dropping. So she was the first one out. So, and she wanted to win it because she kind of knows she's going to have to.
She's on a slippery slope.
You know. So then they're adding more. And then Damien started to lose it. There's like this big like curve.
Because the farther you got away from it starts to curve.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have enough forward force to hold it in place.
Oh, yeah, and you have too many boxes. So, I mean, they were quite a few boxes in front of them by this point. And so Damien was the next one out. Or no, Kira was. Kira was the next one out. I think because she was encouraging Damien.
Well, like, because...
They're the two smallest, though.
She's like, I've got little arms.
Yeah, and plus she's not as big. I mean, it's obviously game meant for the bigger guys. He figured the guys were going to have a much better chance, especially Anthony and Adam, because they're big guys, right?
I will give her credit. She hung in.
Oh, she did. She hung in longer than I thought she was. Same with Esty. I thought they hung in a lot longer. Like, they had quite a few boxes by the time either of them got out.
You could see she was struggling. And...
Oh, yeah. I mean, because neither one are very wide-shouldered, and she's also very, like, she's short. So, I mean, I was actually surprised that they lasted as long as they did. And so then Damien got out. And then Dane started having trouble. Of course, he's also fairly small. But it was funny because...
He'd shift to the side.
He'd shift to the side, and then his box started to shift kind of like that.
And then he'd kick.
And then he'd reach over and he'd try to kick them back into place. pretty neat move, but it didn't work. He ended up getting out. So it came down to Anthony and Adam, which makes sense. The two biggest guys in the house, both big, broad shoulders. They got a lot of space here, to really hold on to
like
it.
Me.
Exactly. You do get in that game. Me, not so much, but, So then they start kind of, Adam's like, you let go, you're safe. Anthony goes, 100%, you let go, you're safe.
You draw first.
100%, you're safe. And Adam's like, no, I want to see my mom or my family. And Anthony's like, I want to see my family.
I haven't seen my mom, man. Drop.
And but Adam's like, in diary room. Yes, they're working together, but he doesn't 100% trust Anthony either.
More or less to put him in his place.
Right. So, I can't really blame him, especially after how Anthony's been acting toward them lately. Yeah. Well, especially later on in this episode too. But so it goes on. They're like going on, and eventually Anthony loses it, and he drops. He's not too happy about that. And Adam wins HOH. So Adam's our new HOH for the week. So of course he's not 100% sure what he wants to do. He has a target in mind, but he's still kind of not sure what to do. Yeah. So he knows he doesn't want to put Kira up, but the pretty boys, of course, are saying, like Anthony especially, saying, okay, let's put up Kira and Esty. Right, of course, he defaults to all the females, right? In the house. You never let a guy touch the block, kind of thing, under Anthony's watch. So let's put Kira and Esty up. Adam's like, no, I really don't want to put Kira up because, she'd go home. And Anthony's like, even Mark, like, well, you have the numbers. If we wouldn't vote her out,
Yeah, okay.
And with the idea of backdooring Damien, and Adam's like, no, because like he says in diary room, he doesn't 100% trust them not to vote her out because he knows they wanted her out. Mm-hmm. And he says that's not good for his game
because we've gotten close,
right?
And so no, she's not an option,
right? And plus, because of what happened with Sam the week before, he didn't want the same thing to happen with Kira. Not on his watch, because he doesn't want her going home on his HOH. So, even though they're all out in the back hot tub and they're talking about the plan of the switch, you can say, put up Kira and Esty, and then, we'll say we're trying to backdoor like Damon or Mark or something like that.
There's a bigger plan in
place. There's a bigger plan in place. So Adam's like, okay. It looks like he's agreeing to it. So he walks out. But he's thinking better of it. He doesn't like this idea. So Mark comes in after him later. And he goes, no, I don't like this idea. Yeah. No, I don't like this. I don't want to put Kira up at all. Because, I said I wouldn't. And I don't want her to go up. I don't want her to go home. And Mark says, you have the numbers, like they'll vote the way you want. He goes, no, I don't want to do that. He goes, well, what do you want to do then? And he goes, well, he wants to get Damien. So we'll put up Damien. But who to sit with him? Mm-hmm. And he goes,
what about you?
And he wants to put Mark up. And Mark's like, no, why would you put me up? And he goes, well, because you put me, it was your idea that a pretty boy should never touch block. And he goes, and gee, guess what? Adam touched the block. Mm-hmm. And to
go with the storyline we're going with.
Exactly.
Because they're trying to perpetrate that we're all not getting along.
Right.
And blah,
and
blah,
they're
blah.
not working together.
Yes.
Like we said before, we obviously have the advantage. We know what's going on. All right. We see everything that's going on. We see the conversations. All the rest of the people in the house don't have that luxury that we do.
But
however... How do you not know that we're not working together? Adam's not a great liar. Mark's not really either. The best ones really are Anthony and Dane.
Oh, Dane to a point. If you come strong at Dane, he kind of stalls a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But they don't seem to pick up on that. it's some of them did, like Chelsea did. I think Laura did. Sam did, but Adam was able to convince her otherwise, kind of thing, that they weren't working together because she trusted Adam. But and they're all out the door now. But I mean, yes, they're strong lines, but they never really target each other. And even if you try to target one of them, they always deflect you away from them. I mean, to me, that's a pretty big red flag in itself. I would think you're working together, I don't know, that's just me, but so Mark basically tells Dane and Anthony that Adam doesn't want to do that. Doesn't want to put Kira up and wants to put him and like a Stephanie or a Damien up, or maybe backdoor Damien. And they're like, yeah, but what if Damien wins POV? Esty and Kira are less likely to win POV than, say, Damien is. And they're like, yeah, well, then we'll get rid of it like Esty or something. It's like not that big of a deal kind of thing. But, oh no, Anthony doesn't like that. And so he wants to have this conversation about Kira and Adam wants to talk to them because of the earlier incident that Adam had said that Kira had said he was upset after the eviction of Corey. So they're sitting downstairs, and Anthony's sitting on the floor, and Adam and Kira on the couches in the living room. And Anthony's sitting there. He goes, I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to whisper, and I'm going to sit on the floor so that you don't think I'm being like aggressive or intimidating or whatever to you. I'm like, it's so condescending what he's doing.
It's okay, little girl. I'm just going to tell you how wrong you are.
Right. Yeah, and it's like, seriously? So then he starts saying that you're lying about what I said, because she had gone up and said to Adam, and Adam actually said pretty much verbatim what she said to him. He did not embellish what she said. So Anthony's going off on Kira, going on, oh, you said that I said that I was throwing out Dane's name, and I was throwing out Adam's name. Like over the course of the past couple weeks. He goes, haven't I been a good friend to you, and you've come to me for advice and all that? And she goes, well, I've come to you and talked to you as a friend, and you've given me advice. Not quite the same thing as asking for it. And he's like, no, but you've come to me for advice, and and then here you backstab me by telling them that I'm throwing their name out. She never said that. Any conversation I've ever seen her have with Adam, she's never said that to Adam.
And Adam even validated it. Like, he said, yeah, she told me that she had put my name out there.
Right.
And
then she was saying she was throwing Adam's name out. Well, not in the context Anthony was making it sound like. She did tell Adam this, but she also did not throw him under the bus like Anthony's trying to make it seem like she did. She also didn't really throw Dane under the bus like Anthony was saying. And Kira says Dane already knows that I was saying, calling his name, just like he was with me.
Yeah.
And Dane's just kind of listening, but not really saying it, because what she's saying is true. And then she said, you've been pretending to be friends with Esty, and you're throwing her name out, same with Damien. And he goes, I never said that about Esty. And he walks up, because Esty and Damien are like in the kitchen area. He goes over and he sits down to Esty and is like, isn't it true that we've had a good relationship, and I've been honest with you this whole time? And all, and
remember the last conversation
we had.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. The last conversation, if you're BSing,
right?
She doesn't know you're BSing. As far as she knows, it's the truth. So,
yeah, at the time, yeah. Unless, like, Dane or somebody else tells her different. She seems to believe whatever Dane tells her, but Dane's not going to tell her any different, right? So she's going to believe Dane over Kira, even though Kira's the one actually telling her the truth at this point, you know? And so it's just this big thing, like, oh, you're not going to lie about me. She's not lying about you. You're lying about her, and that's kind of what she's trying to get across to him, that he's the one lying about her. And he's just, bowing all up and raising his voice. And I'm not going to allow it.
So much for not being loud and obnoxious.
He kind of is. I find him really loud and obnoxious. Gren, I don't know if he's like that in real life. He might not be. A lot of players, after they've left the game, have said the game really changes you. Just stress. They're not really like that in real life.
Yes.
But there's got to be a bit of you that's kind of like that. But
I'm sorry. It's the only, it's the only reality show that, contestants after have to issue a statement going, I'm actually a very nice person, even though I said this.
I might have like Arby on the show,
But I'm really nice.
Well, because I think I remember Rachel once saying that the game brought out some of her worst traits, that she's very competitive, so she gets very frustrated when she's not winning or whatever kind of thing. She admits she's hyper kind of thing, but it's funny because even with that, even the worst people you've had like clashes with, like with Rachel, they're friends outside the house now, kind of thing, because then they're not like a pressure cooker anymore, kind of thing. So we don't know what he's really like, but there's got to be some of those traits in there. So
personally, I don't think I'd like him even outside.
No, not if I'm he wouldn't be my cup of tea. I don't like people who seem to think that they're wonderful and the best kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that they've done stuff they haven't done. But anyway, so he stalks off, and poor Kira is
I'm not a liar.
I'm not a liar. Well, the thing is, Adam knows that, and because he's been playing, he knows when Anthony's lying. He knows Kira hasn't done that. And he hugs her, and even Esty's sitting there. Nobody said anything, because then half of them were there for those conversations, but nobody speaks up, not even Adam. And they comfort her. They're like sad for her, basically. Yeah.
The Esty face.
The Esty face, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Esty and Damien think because Adam has won, they're good, that he's not going to put them up. Have you not been paying attention this whole time?
Note to self.
When has Adam ever been that close to either of them? I mean, not that he's not friendly or civil to them, but when has he ever really worked with either of them? I mean, granted, lately he's been trying to kind of make inroads with Damien a little bit, but he doesn't really necessarily need him that much at this point, so I don't know if Damien is his true target. That's kind of what he's saying. Maybe. Because he's saying he doesn't necessarily trust the other guys, like Mark and Anthony especially, but he says they're still working together, so they kind of have to.
Yeah, you know what? Now's the time. If you don't trust them, 86 them.
Well, exactly. You don't need them anymore. You have Kira, Dane's there. Esty would vote with you. Damien would. I mean, what do you need them? What do you need them for? If you want to get rid of either Mark or Anthony, what do you need them for now? I mean, just because work together from the beginning doesn't mean you have to go to the end. You're going to have to cut them eventually.
Sorry.
One person wins this game.
Sorry,
so get rid of the obnoxious one first.
I'd even help him pack.
Oh, just throw his stuff out the door.
Here.
Yeah. But anyway, we don't like people who try to condescend and be intimidating to other people just because they think they can. But, so they come up with the idea to say he tries to pass it off to Kira about backdooring Mark by putting up, say, Damien and Esty. But she's not buying it. She's like, that's not going to work. Just why not just put him up directly? Who cares if he wins? You know, then you get him another time. It's not. He's already gunning for you, so she thinks. It's not. Putting him up now is not going to make him gun for you. He's already gunning for you. Because that's the story they've been saying. So that's why a story like that's not going to fly. Because, she already knows he's supposedly gunning for you anyway. So he knows it's not working. So he goes to talk to Dane and Anthony. He goes, "Oh, let's go talk to Anthony."
She's like,
about
no.
it. She's like, "Why do you need to run it by Anthony? You know he wants him to stay."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, let's just talk to Anthony." And she's like, "Oh, it's Adam." And you want to go, "Oh, Kira, come on, really?"
If you haven't caught on, you deserve to go home. You all deserve to go home.
It's no wonder the pretty boys are running away with this game. I'm just saying.
Well, they've made it easy for them.
Oh, they've cast people who seem to have no clue. I mean, they might be really nice people outside this house, but come on, really? We've said before, yes, we have the benefit of seeing everything, but come on, really? Anyway, so they bring in Mark's the only one not in the room. Come on, everybody else is in the HOH room.
Yeah, you can't smell setup. Come on.
And nobody thinks it's weird that Mark's the only one still not there. He doesn't follow them. He follows them everywhere. He follows the pretty boys everywhere like a puppy.
He reminds me, if you remember the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons of the bulldog and the little yappy chihuahua.
Yes. Sorry, Mark, but yes. You're coming across as a little chihuahua.
We're buddies, aren't we, pretty boys? Aren't we, pretty boys? Aren't we?
Pretty boys? Pretty boys? But, so Adam's trying to bring it up. I made a deal with Anthony, so I can't put him up. Dane's never put me up. I promised Sam I'd look after Kira. So that leaves three of you. Which is Damien, Esty, and
Damien and Esty.
Well, or Mark, because the three. He said the three of you. And so the plan is to backdoor Mark. So, which would mean only Damien and Esty can go up ahead of time, right?
Cute, the stereo eye roll from the two of them, like.
Yeah, but they don't try to fight or try to say, why don't you just take, like Kira did?
Take the shot.
Which she did say, take the shot at him directly. What are you waiting for? Why does it always have to be a back door?
I'm sorry, if my butt has been on the block 3 times in a row, I'm going to be screaming.
4 for Damien.
Yeah, man, I'd be throwing myself on the floor having a dang temper tantrum. I'm not going.
They're a little too laid back in how they play, I think, and hence why they're not going to win this game. I think even if they were lucky enough to get to the final 2 for some reason, somebody dragged them along, they're not going to win this game because they play so below the radar. They're like flat on the floor, like I mean, they just haven't played a great game at all. They've done nothing.
I'm sorry, but by process of elimination, both of you should just pack your bags and go.
Leave. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, if I was judging this, there's no way I'd hand you the money. No way. You haven't done anything. You're not even fighting for yourself at this point.
If I had to cut somebody to keep my butt in the house, I'm cutting somebody.
I mean, even Kira tries at least.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say she doesn't. She does. She just isn't on the right end of it half the time. That's the problem. She at least tries.
Poor kid can't win a lick, but she's in there,
She's always trying. They don't see either of them trying very hard. I mean, granted, you're only seeing bits of a 24-hour day, but still, I've watched some of the feeds, and it's pretty much the same. So that's what this is. So it goes to nominations.
No, you missed something.
What did I miss?
Marsha the Moose!
Oh, right! Marsha the Moose made a comeback! That's right, I completely forgot. It's sickness, I tell you. So Dan was in the Leon's Lounge, part off the archive room. And he's just sitting there. and all the screens go to Leon's logo. And then you hear Marcia.
He's like, who's that?
It's like, it's me, Marcia. And, the little statue of Marcia, the moose. So he goes over and she says she has a mission for him. And the mission regards his teeth. Marcia's missing a tooth just like Dane.
So they're both snaggletooth.
Yes. So he has to do 3 things. One is to drop his teeth into somebody's drink. God. He says he's done that before. Gross. Really gross. He has to get somebody to put his teeth in their mouth. And then he also has to bake cookies.
And pretend
he lost his teeth in the batter. So, okay. They're out and where the hot tub is. And Kira's got tea. And he always playing with his teeth. So.
Might be a nervous twitch.
It might be, So Kira goes, I think, to get something.
He's like, is that tea? Can I have some? She's like, sure, go ahead.
And he drinks some.
When she's not looking.
And when she's not looking, he drops his teeth into the tea. So she's drinking some more, and then she says, what's this metal? Yes. It's just that's your teeth. I want to fall out.
And she's like, tastes like tea.
He puts it back and tastes like tea. So there was one brownie completed. Second one, he's with Esty and they're in the kitchen area. His teeth are clean. He doesn't have it in his mouth. He wipes them. And I forgot how he gets her to...
Oh, he one of his former flings thought it was funny to put his tooth in.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you wanting me to wear your teeth? Well, don't have to, but if you want to, kind of thing. And he's kind of watching her, and then she just pops it in.
She kind of holds it. She doesn't have space like he does, so she kind of holds between her teeth. Second one done. Third one, they're all baking cookies, and he takes it and puts his teeth on the counter there, and Anthony sees that his teeth are on the counter. Yeah. So why they wondered later on, I don't know. But so
I think when he did it, he kind of palmed it as he was whisking.
Yeah, but why would it suddenly get dropped into the batter when it was sitting on the counter? That's kind of what I'm thinking. But anyway, it would have been better if he had palmed it and not let Anthony see it sitting on the counter, kind of thing. Or if he had been like, he could have pretended to sneeze or something, or
cough,
and maybe it fell out and he didn't realize, like something like that. But anyway, so they're all eating the cookies, and he's like, look, goes, where anybody see my tooth, my teeth? And then so like, what you think it might have been like? Where do you think?
He's looking in the garbage.
He's looking in the garbage and all that. So then Kira's like, you think it was in the batter? And he's like, I don't know, I don't think so. And then she's like, I seriously just bit down on something
crunchy.
On something crunchy. Like, seriously, I think it's still stuck in my throat. Psychosomatic, right? And so they're completed. And so he wins food for the house. And so then he tells them all about that it was a mission and that he won food for the house. It was like a party that they got to have with the beer and all that. So, good job. Oh, Adam brought Dane for Wendy's.
Well, because the poor guy's been on slop for
2 weeks.
And even Marcia commented on that. Don't you fart in here because you stink.
That was funny.
It's pretty bad when the snaggletooth moose is telling you your butt stinks.
That's true. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah. So nominations come up, and no surprise, he nominates Damien and Esty. He said, you both know you're not my targets, and that there's a bigger plan at work here. And he basically said he'd made the deal with Anthony. Dane had not put him up, and he said to Sam he'd look after Kira, so there's a bigger plan here at work kind of thing. So whether or not Marcus is like, if Damon's his real target or not, I don't know. It might be. I think he said everybody wanted him out last week anyway. So it'll really depend on who wins POV. We already know, but as usual, we're not going to tell you because that's for Wednesday's episode and Thursday show when we do it. So you'll have to wait until Thursday when we do that show. So that is it for this week. It was a good episode. So hopefully you get the chance to watch it.
We gotta go?
For now.
Okay.
But we'll be back. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification buttons up here somewhere.
It's right there.
Or down here if you're on mobile.
Oh, yeah.
Or one of the sides if your phone sideways. Take care, guys. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, guys.
We will see you on Thursday. Bye.